In this lesson, I'm going to teach you the song by Daft Punk called Get Lucky, which is featuring Pharrell Williams singing on it. And this has a real sort of retro disco vibe and has a really cool bass line. Something that you should know about the record versus what I'm going to be able to show you on a 4-string bass. On the record itself, the guy's playing a 5-string bass, which has a low B. And in the future, we're gonna do more lessons with the 5-string bass. But for teaching you the song this time, we're just gonna show you how to play it on a 4-string bass. But to know that when you're listening to the record, there's really a lower octave going on. The song is in B minor, so it's centered around a B minor scale. It's actually a B Dorian scale, so it's minor sounding, but it has the Dorian notes. So that's 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, natural 6, flat 7, and the octave again. So it sounds like this. Okay, so now let me break this down for you. There are 4 chord changes in the song, and this riff repeats throughout the whole song. There's really no other section to it. It's very simple. So let me break this down for you. There are 4 chords in the song. The 4 chords repeat over and over again for the entire song. It's just a groove tune. There's really no other changes. And the 4 chords are B minor, a D major, then there's an F sharp minor that I'm playing up here on the 9th fret of the A string. And then there's an E major. That's the 4th chord. So, basically, throughout the song, since it's just the same 4 changes over and over again, on the record, the bass player is improvising really every time. So there's a huge amount of variations to the part that he's playing. But it follows a similar rhythm each time around. So that's what I'm going to show you how it goes. So starting on the B minor, there's this sort of bouncing rhythm. And then it walks up to the D major chord, and it's a B Dorian scale, so we go just like you would just playing the scale. So I'm walking up to the D, B minor, C sharp to D, or if you're thinking in terms of intervals, this is 1, 2, and flat 3. That's the next chord. And then we walk up again to the F sharp. Here. So that's again right up the B Dorian scale. To the F sharp minor. And then the one sort of extra note as we transition to the E minor, we go up to a G sharp and then down to the E. Okay, so let me do that again. D, F sharp minor, to a G sharp, E, and then repeat over again. So that's the real simple way to play the song. You can just follow that line over and over again and play the rhythm in a very simple way and be fine playing the song with somebody. Now, to take a look at some of the licks that the guy improvises with, since we're in B minor, we can use a lot of the B minor pentatonic scale for the riffs. And the major riff that he plays is at the very end of the progression, going back into the beginning. So we're ending up on this E minor chord. And what happens here is we do a pentatonic lick. So we start on the E. We're going to use the box pattern here. So E to F sharp to A on the D string here, 7th fret, and B, and then down to the low octave of B to start over again. Let me show you how that sounds in the context. It's kind of fast. You can do it with hammer-ons too, so you can pluck the E, hammer on to the F sharp, then you pluck the A and hammer on to the B, and then attack the low B. So it's really just using that box pattern. Now we hit the B here on the E string on the 7th fret just because it's easy to do after that lick. When I'm playing the groove and I do that, I'll switch back to the B on the A string simply because I like the sound of it better there for this song. You can mess around now with the pentatonic minor throughout this groove to find new licks to play along with it. And we can even use, to get more complicated, we can use the lower octave of the F sharp and the E minor chords to add another dimension to the bass part. So if we started off in B here, go to D here, and then we can go down to the low E, climbing up to the low F sharp. And then the G sharp here, and down to the low E. And I'm playing the octave of the E up here like this. So that gives you another dimension to play around. Right there, I did a minor pentatonic lick coming back down into B. I'm just starting to improvise a little bit. Starting with an E here, that's the last chord of the progression. Instead of going E, F sharp, A, B to get back to the B, I'm going E, D, B, A, B again to get back to the first chord again. This is just one of these pentatonic licks. If we look at the B minor pentatonic scale here, starting on the 2nd fret on the A string, we've got B, then there's the D here, the E, F sharp, A, and B. But if we use the box pattern and use the open D string here, play B, open D, E, F sharp, A, and B, B, and the open A down here too. So that's what I'm using is E, D, B, A, B again. So there you go. That's Get Lucky by Daft Punk.